If you are older and do not ejaculate, do so immediately. Urologist Explains. Dr. Robert, hello gentlemen. If you're over 50, 60, or even beyond, and you've begun to notice a distinct shift in your intimate experiences, specifically if you're still experiencing the full, exhilarating sensation of pleasure, that profound moment of climax, but without the usual presence of seminal fluid, then this message is absolutely crucial for you. Perhaps this phenomenon occurred just once, a fleeting incident that immediately sent a ripple of worry through your entire being, creating a knot in your stomach that tightened with apprehension. Or it might be a more persistent, silent concern that you've been quietly carrying, perhaps feeling a sense of shame or a deep-seated fear about what this change might signify for your overall health and well-being. As Dr. Narita, a urologist with a dedicated 12 years of experience focusing on men's vital health at every stage of life, I understand the significance of these changes. Today, I want to engage in a serious yet profoundly supportive conversation with you, one that aims to demystify these experiences and empower you with knowledge. First and foremost, it is essential for you to know that I fully comprehend your concern. The alteration you're observing in your body is not an indicator that your masculinity has somehow expired, nor does it signify the end of your intimate life. Rather, it's more akin to a detailed yet cryptic message that your body is sending you, and this message simply requires a careful and accurate decoding. Please stay with me for the next few minutes as we embark on an exploration of the surprising causes behind this phenomenon, the critical warning signs that you should be aware of, and most importantly, the clear, manageable solutions that modern medicine offers to help restore your peace of mind, bolster your confidence, and enhance your overall well-being. Before we delve into the specifics of what occurs when seminal fluid is absent during climax, let's take a brief, non-technical journey to understand how this intricate process typically functions in a healthy male body. Imagine your body's reproductive system as a magnificent, perfectly synchronized orchestra, where each instrument plays its vital part at precisely the right moment. In this grand symphony, your testicles are responsible for the production of sperm. The seminal vesicles, these small but crucial glands, contribute the substantial majority of the nourishing, rich fluid that constitutes the bulk of semen. Following closely, the prostate gland adds its own protective and vital fluid to this intricate mixture. This final synergistic cocktail is then gathered and meticulously prepared within the urethra, the final passageway. When the moment of climax arrives, a series of specific muscles contract in a powerful rhythmic sequence, a coordinated effort designed to propel this fluid mixture forward and out of the body. It's an astonishingly rapid event, the culmination of delicate and synchronized timing between your nervous system, various glands, and your muscular system. Now here's a crucial distinction that I want to impress upon you, gentlemen. Climax and ejaculation are not, in fact, the same thing. Climax itself is the neurological sensation of intense pleasure, a phenomenon largely governed by your brain and your complex nervous system. Ejaculation, on the other hand, is the physical act of expelling the seminal fluid. For the vast majority of your lives, these two events have occurred seamlessly, almost as one unified experience. However, it is vital to understand that they are driven by fundamentally separate physiological mechanisms. Our primary focus today, therefore, is on what is known as dry ejaculation. This is the technical medical term used to describe the situation where a man reaches the peak of climax, experiences that characteristic, intense pleasure, but notices little to no fluid being released. Men often describe this to me in my office as an empty orgasm, a sensation that leaves them feeling unfulfilled or concerned. This perceived gap between the expected physical manifestation of climax and the actual reality can indeed fuel worry, and I completely understand why. You've been accustomed throughout your life to expecting a tangible physical sign that accompanies this peak experience. However, it's paramount to grasp this vital point. Your ability to feel pleasure, that deeply satisfying sensation, can remain entirely intact, as it is primarily governed by your nerves and your brain. The change that you're experiencing is in the mechanical delivery system, the plumbing, if you will. This does not in any way signify a loss of your virility or your capacity for sexual enjoyment. It simply indicates that a particular component within your body's intricate plumbing system has a specific, identifiable reason for this alteration. Before we proceed to systematically break down the 3 most common causes of dry ejaculation, I'd like to make a brief pause. If you are finding this information to be helpful, enlightening, or reassuring, please take a moment to hit that like button. This simple action communicates to YouTube that this video holds value and importance, helping it reach more men who might benefit from this knowledge. Furthermore, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel to become a part of our ever-growing community dedicated to men's health and well-being. And finally, please drop a comment below to let me know where in the world you are watching from. I genuinely cherish the opportunity to witness this global brotherhood of men supporting each other across continents, sharing knowledge and encouragement. Now let's embark on a detailed breakdown of the 3 most prevalent causes of dry ejaculation. Understanding the underlying why is unequivocally the first and most critical step towards regaining a sense of control and peace of mind. Our first major cause, and indeed the single most common culprit, is a condition known as retrograde ejaculation. To understand the biology behind this, picture a small muscular valve, essentially a gatekeeper, situated at the exit of your bladder. During the physiological process of climax, this valve is designed to clamp down with considerable force, ensuring that the seminal fluid is directed exclusively forward, exiting the body through the urethra. However, if this valve is not functioning optimally and remains too relaxed, the seminal fluid, following the path of least resistance, begins to flow backward into the bladder instead of out. You still experience the full, potent pleasure of climax, as this is a neurological event, but because the fluid does not exit the body, the sensation is perceived as dry. A common and often non-alarming practical clue that might alert you to retrograde ejaculation is noticing that your urine appears cloudier immediately after intimacy. This is because the seminal fluid, having entered the bladder, becomes mixed with your urine. The practical causes for this condition are often linked to certain surgical procedures on the prostate or bladder. While these procedures are typically successful and medically necessary, they can, in some instances, affect the delicate nerves that control this crucial valve. It is also a recognized side effect of specific medications that are commonly prescribed to treat conditions such as high blood pressure or an enlarged prostate. These medications are designed to work on the body's blood vessels, but they can also have the effect of relaxing that tiny, important muscle that acts as the bladder's gatekeeper. I recall a particular patient, a man who was immensely proud and visibly distraught after undergoing a successful prostate surgery. When he finally understood that the absence of fluid was purely a mechanical alteration, akin to a traffic light remaining permanently open, and that his fundamental desire and his ability to experience pleasure were entirely unaffected, he experienced immense relief. This highlights how crucial accurate information and understanding are in managing these situations. Moving on to our second major cause, we encounter duct obstruction. This refers to a blockage within the small ducts through which the seminal fluid normally travels from its production sites to exit the body. In this scenario, the seminal vesicles and other glands are producing the seminal fluid effectively and in normal quantities. However, imagine these small ducts as the plumbing pipes of a house. If these pipes become blocked, the delivery vehicle carrying the fluid cannot pass through. Consequently, the volume of fluid released is drastically reduced or may even disappear altogether, despite the fact that the production mechanism itself is functioning perfectly. The practical causes for these blockages can include the formation of scar tissue left behind by past infections, such as a severe untreated case of prostatitis. In rarer instances, small calcifications, akin to tiny stones, can develop within these ducts and obstruct the normal flow. The practical signs and symptoms associated with duct obstruction can be subtle. Some men might report a new, mild discomfort in their pelvic region during climax, or they may have observed that the seminal fluid has become become progressively thicker and less abundant over an extended period. The excellent news regarding duct obstruction is that many of these blockages can be effectively cleared. This often involves the use of medication to manage inflammation or, if necessary, minimally invasive surgical procedures designed to restore the normal flow of seminal fluid. This underscores the importance of seeking professional medical advice when such changes are noticed. Our third significant area to investigate revolves around hormonal factors, and specifically the impact of low testosterone. Testosterone is the primary hormonal fuel that drives the male reproductive system. It plays a critical role not only in regulating sexual desire and sperm production, but is also absolutely crucial for the optimal function of the prostate gland and the seminal vesicles, which are responsible for producing the majority of the seminal fluid. When testosterone levels drop significantly, the entire reproductive system begins to slow down. The emotional impact of this decline can be profound. Initially, you might notice a reduction in the volume of seminal fluid. However, over time, this hormonal deficiency can manifest in a variety of ways, including a decreased libido, sex drive, less firm erections, and a generally less intense sensation during climax. On a broader systemic level, men experiencing significant testosterone deficiency often report increased fatigue, noticeable mood changes, and a loss of muscle mass. The practical solution for this particular cause is often straightforward and highly effective. This condition is frequently referred to as hypogonadism, a treatable hormonal deficiency. If a simple blood test confirms a low testosterone level, carefully managed hormone replacement therapy can often be initiated. This therapy can restore not only better fluid production, but also a significant improvement in energy levels, sexual desire, and an overall enhancement in the quality of life. It is a common mistake to simply attribute these changes solely to the natural process of aging. While it is true that some physiological changes occur with age, it is vital not to overlook treatable underlying causes. While most of the time these causes are entirely manageable, as your physician, it is my professional and ethical responsibility to also address the critical exceptions. In certain instances, dry ejaculation can serve as a red flag, signaling the presence of a more serious underlying medical condition. This is precisely why paying close attention to any accompanying symptoms is absolutely crucial. When should you consider seeking immediate medical attention? If dry ejaculation appears suddenly and without a clear, identifiable explanation, especially if it is accompanied by any of the following symptoms: pain during ejaculation, the presence of blood in your urine or seminal fluid, a fever, or a noticeable loss of sensation in your genital area, please do not delay. These are urgent signals that necessitate an immediate urological evaluation. Conditions such as certain neurological diseases like Parkinson's disease, uncontrolled long-standing diabetes, or, in rare but significant cases, specific types of urological cancers can all interfere with the intricate plumbing of the reproductive system or disrupt the vital nerve signals that govern ejaculation. Beyond the purely physical aspects, we cannot and must not ignore the profound emotional toll that dry ejaculation can take. It is a deeply ingrained societal norm for many men to equate the presence of seminal fluid with their sexual performance and their overall virility. When this tangible evidence of climax is absent, feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and deep frustration can quickly take root, creating a cycle of emotional distress. It is incredibly common for men to begin avoiding intimacy altogether, driven by a fear of being judged by their partner or a pervasive feeling of being incomplete. The emotional reassurance that I want to offer is simple yet powerful. The most effective step in breaking this debilitating cycle is accurate information and open, honest communication. Truly understanding that this is a physiological change, not a personal failure or a reflection of your worth, can lift an enormous psychological weight. Your ability to experience pleasure, to achieve and maintain erections, and to enjoy deep, meaningful connection does not solely or even primarily depend on the presence of seminal fluid. Your intimate life can, and most importantly should, remain a vibrant source of joy and connection. To bring this comprehensive discussion to a close, I want to leave you with a clear, actionable, and supportive plan to help you regain control over this aspect of your health and well-being. Firstly, do not ignore it. Investigate it. A sudden or progressively worsening onset of dry ejaculation is a clear indication that warrants a visit to a qualified urologist. Often, a simple, thorough medical history, a physical examination, and perhaps a blood or urine test are all that is required for a clear and accurate diagnosis. Secondly, commit to controlling any underlying chronic conditions. Diligently manage chronic health issues such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and elevated cholesterol levels. These conditions have a direct and significant impact on the vascular and nerve health that collectively control the entire ejaculatory process. Thirdly, break the silence. Engage in open and honest conversations with your partner about what you are experiencing. Equally importantly, speak openly and frankly with your doctor. Talking about your feelings and concerns is incredibly liberating and invariably paves the way for effective solutions. Remember, professional support, whether it involves an adjustment to your current medications or a specific targeted treatment, is unequivocally your most powerful tool for restoring your confidence and well-being. In summary, gentlemen, the absence of seminal fluid during climax is not by any means the end of your intimate life or a definitive verdict on lost masculinity. Instead, it is a signal from your body that deserves to be heard, understood, and investigated with the invaluable assistance of a medical professional. Understanding the specific cause, whether it is a mechanical issue, an obstruction, or a hormonal imbalance, is the critical first step towards achieving peace of mind and finding effective solutions. I have witnessed countless men regain their confidence, their vitality, and their profound joy in living after receiving a clear diagnosis and a well-defined action plan. Your vitality is not, and never will be, measured in milliliters of fluid, but rather in your overall health, your sustained well-being, and your enduring ability to live life to its fullest and connect deeply with those you care about. Do not allow doubt, fear, or shame to prevent you from seeking the answers you deserve. Acting promptly and proactively can completely transform your experience, restoring the sense of security and intimate connection that you rightfully deserve. If you have found genuine value in this message, I implore you to share it with a friend, your father, or a brother. This information has the potential to truly change someone's perspective and empower them. Please leave a like to help this message reach a wider audience of men, and subscribe to the channel, ensuring you turn on notifications so that you don't miss our upcoming content focused on men's vital health. Remember, your best years can still be ahead of you. Be proactive, be confident, and always stay blessed. I am Dr. Narita, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.